Welcome to this 3-card spread. I'm Taylor-Nyx, and even though I'm publishing this on a certain day, I really hope that if you stumble across this reading on any other day, then I really like to think that it contains messages for you in this moment. So the cards that I've pulled today are the Page of Wands, the Hermit, and the King of Cups. So I think for me this is speaking around when we're at the start of something, when we're embarking on a journey, when we have a mission in mind, but we're coming from a place of fresh, relatively inexperienced position or perspective. So the Page of Wands, the page is the least experienced energy in the court cards, and it's, you know, it's kind of an enthusiasm, an open mind to learning, a readiness and a willingness to embark and learn along the way. And with the Suit of Wands, it's kind of that action energy. And I think when we're at the beginning of something, especially if it's something that contains elements that are relatively new to us, we can have that bubbling enthusiasm to just get going on it, to just move forward, and just to kind of, you know, embark on that voyage of discovery as swiftly as we can, because we have that fresh energy bubbling within us for whatever that might be. But the cards here are suggesting that there is a foundational piece that needs to come in if we are feeling that way, in order for us to be successful on our mission in times of emotional challenge, or when things get a little bit rocky along the way, as inevitably along any life journey they do. You know, it's never going to be entirely smooth sailing, but we can have the emotional resources to weather whatever, you know, comes our way. But that does require a foundational piece that we need to get in place in order to give us those resources, those emotional resources that will keep us strong. So the Hermit, the presence of the Hermit in the center of the spread, suggests that this foundational piece that we need to consider before we kind of, you know, set off, or as we set off, you know, on this journey, there is something else that we need to kind of bring in. And the Hermit speaks to, it speaks to the inner work, soul searching, introspection, with the aim of knowing oneself. You know, there may be some shadow work there that needs to happen in order to fully equip us with the resources that we need to make a success of our mission. You know, it's really kind of a toolkit that we are equipping ourselves with to ensure that, you know, when there are points along our journey where something comes in to challenge us, we have what we need in place. And the King of Cups is talking about that self-mastery of our emotions, and that kind of real composure, the ability to keep our composure, and to be a master, it's a self-master. And so it's kind of a message, I feel, around, yeah, by all means, get going on it, just definitely, kind of make the most of that boundless enthusiasm, that readiness, that willingness to get going on whatever it is, just absolutely capture that spirit and use it to set off and get stuff done. That is great, but also just bring in this, whatever it is that, that inner work. So in order to then later on become, a master of your own emotions in the times when that is necessary. I'll give you an example of how this has come up for me recently. So we're just now approaching the Pisces new moon is coming up this weekend on the 10th, and at the last new moon a month ago, it was the Aquarius new moon. Every new moon I do journaling session around manifestation. I use the cycle of the moon for when it's the new moon, I journal around and do other rituals and spell work around what I want to manifest for the coming months. And I just get clear on that, and then I have a different process for the full moon. But I found with the Aquarius new moon a month ago that when I sat down to manifest, journal on what I wanted to manifest, all the things that I wanted to get going on, all the things that I wanted to, I had enthusiasm to bring into my life, and all the stuff that I wanted to happen. I had this intense feeling that there was something that I needed to do first. It was as if the universe was telling me, okay, there's no point in you sitting down and journaling all the things that you want to do and bring in and manifest and create until you do this vital inner work. And what I had intended to be quite, a dreamy, bubbly session of journaling on what I wanted to manifest, on my desires and my dreams and my ambitions, turned into a very deep excavation of limiting beliefs. And actually, that it wasn't as comfortable by any means, but it was definitely necessary. And I had this very strong feeling that it was this foundational piece that I needed to get in place at that time in order to then move forward and be able to manifest what I wanted, and to concentrate on that. But it felt like without getting that in place at that particular time, doing that shadow work, really digging in, getting introspective, and sitting with myself over this stuff, I wasn't going to be able to effectively move forward. And I feel that there's a message here which is speaking to something like that. What do you need to address internally in order to better equip you for embarking on this journey that you have in mind, or that you feel so ready for in terms of, the physical action of moving forward? But what would it be good to psychologically get in place just to better equip you for whatever is coming along that journey, for the unknown? So, I think that's something to consider, because the journey isn't always just about the nuts and bolts of the practicalities of how we get from A to B. Less about the mechanics of the mission, and more, obviously that's vital, but also there is this, what do we need to look at within ourselves in order to power up and just to kind of just develop that toolkit to carry with us along the way, so that when shit hits the fan at some point down the line, we feel like masters of our emotions, that we can weather that storm. So yes, I think that is what is going to enable us to keep our composure during challenging times, to keep our shit together, basically. So I hope that helps, and I hope to see you again soon.